Libra. So I hope you guys are all doing well. We are going to do August reading. We're just going to see what the frequency is, the general energy around you, what to expect, some surprises, and some advice. So let me just clear this space. And we are going to call in our spirit guides, the universe, as well as our ancestors that have our best and highest good at hand, and ask them for our message. What can we expect for August? What can we be ready for to bring into our highest good? All right, so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get some frequency energy. This is the Power of Love deck. We're going to see what the frequency is around you, within you, for the month of August, and what you should be connecting to. Okay, so, oops, I'm going to hold on these. So let's go ahead and see, Libra, what's happening for you in August. August 2023. Can't believe this year's halfway over. Time is moving quick. But we're going to see what your energy is so you can raise your vibration, bring in your abundance, know what to expect, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and see what's coming up. All right, what's the frequency for the collective of Libra during August 2023? Thanks so much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys' support. So let's see. Okay, so the first card out, we have willingness. You are able to compromise if the end result is love. That kind of reminds me of a Libra, because your planet is Venus. So, and you like things balanced and smooth and compromising. So it's willingness. So let's see what else. What's on the bottom? Respect. It's reversed. But, you know, I might have the deck turned. But if somebody's not giving you respect, Libra, show them the door. We do have ownership, so maybe it's you. Maybe you're not showing the respect you need to. But this is, you acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. Yeah. So we all make mistakes. You know, it's not, you know, it's part of being a human. But the thing is, if we acknowledge it, if we deny it and we try to cover it up and say, no, it wasn't me, you know, we're never going to learn that lesson and we're never going to improve. So willingness and that ownership. So it's coming through. And then we have release. So there's something here to be released. And it says you have the ability to give you over unwanted energies to the loving forces of the universe. So there's something about willingness to give over something, being able to take ownership of something that maybe is a bad habit, some judgment, something that is not your highest good, and giving it over to the universe so it can be healed and you can learn from it and move forward in your highest vibration. All right, so that is that. And then we have creativity. So it could be something about tapping into your creativity as well. You know, being able to channel through those energies that are not in our highest good through our creativity. I know, like, I don't even paint, like as a painter, like professionally, but one time I just started painting and it was challenging, but it was so healing. It really was. So channeling those energies and healing through our creativity. So let's get into more of the message. Okay, so now that we have our frequency, which is about willingness, taking ownership, and releasing something, we are going to see what is the general energy. So currently, the current general energy for the month of August. Let's see what that is. Let's see what our current general energy for the month of August for Libra is. So what is this about with this willingness, ownership, and releasing? Taking ownership, the willingness to take ownership, releasing, and using our creativity. Let's see. What is this about? What's this general energy? What is this general situation? So we have the Six of Cups. So it could be something from our past. Three of Swords. Okay. Yeah. All right. So unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately, because we have to take ownership, right? I feel like it could be something that's hindering you from moving forward. Even if you're not realizing it, deep down it could be hindering you. We do have the Temperance on the bottom. It could involve a Sagittarius, but this is about our patience. So I feel like something has been slow moving to maybe heal, for you to get over, and it could be something to do with a breakup, a heartbreak that, you know, maybe you're feeling a little guilt or remorse for them. And it could be that this whole time you've kind of switched it and blamed the other person, but this is time to take ownership in our part of it as well. And I'm not saying that somebody should cheat on us or break our heart or whatever, but I do feel like there's something here that you might be feeling some guilt or remorse from, and you're not going to finish that healing or close this chapter out until you address that. And you know, guilt and remorse can really eat at us, right? So if there's some kind of guilt here, and even if it's the opposite, you're feeling guilty and it didn't even involve you, but it always takes two a lot of times. I'm not saying all the time, but a lot of times it takes two to create something, a connection, and it could have that aspect to it. So there's something about taking ownership and releasing energy. So either for some of you, you're carrying guilt even though you didn't have any parts of it. You're taking something like, I should have done this, I should have done that, and feeling guilty and remorseful when it had nothing to do with you. And for some of you, it might have been you played a part in this, but you're throwing all the guilt or the issue onto the other person, the blame on the other person. So there's some kind of energy coming out with that. And it's something to do with a past breakup or heartbreak here. So it could be... Sometimes, you know, I hate to offend people, but sometimes we can play victim and we can play it good, you know? So there could be some energy here where you're not taking on the responsibility. And deep down, even though you might not in your head or your ego think that you had no parts of it, it could be eating up at your insides, like your higher self, your subconscious. And for others of you, you're taking on guilt that it wasn't yours. It wasn't your fault, but you're taking on that remorse. So let's go ahead and see what's coming up. What's coming up? What is coming up for August? And some of you could have been the whole complete fault, but somehow you've switched it to make them look like the bad guy. Or the bad woman, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we have the Seven of Cups as well as the Five of Swords. So the Seven of Cups is about a lot of opportunities and choices that we have. This could be like we're confused about it. So I feel like since it's under this line of willingness and Six of Cups, you're still, like I said, you're still kind of stuck on that heartbreak and that situation from the past. And like I said, even if you want to move on and you haven't acknowledged like you're part of it so you can close out that chapter and heal, it could be causing some confusion here about how to move on. You know, it could be affecting our self-worth and things like that. The Five of Swords is under this Three of Swords and this ownership, so there's still conflict around this. So that's what I'm saying. The only way we can move forward is when we accept something for what it is. We don't keep denying, because if we deny it, it's never going to go away. We're never going to acknowledge it and move forward. So let's see about this releasing Queen of Cups. So releasing, we have to come from that open heart space and being compassionate. So I almost feel like this could be also a forgiveness. It's time to forgive, because it doesn't mean that you condone what that person does. It doesn't mean you have to reassociate with that person. It doesn't mean you have to let them back in your life or speak to them ever again. But if you don't forgive for your own good, it's keeping you held back or something, because you're feeling like this energy, this negative energy still tied to you. So with that Queen of Cups and the release, we have this Prince of Swords. So see, moving forward, having this new beginning of the truth. So seeing things out, there's something still blocking you from moving forward, connecting with other people, starting new relationships, full committed relationship, because this energy is still lingering, and there could be a need for some cord cutting once you do that healing. But to heal, we have to, and cut cords, we have to finally release it, give it back to the universe, you know, and clear our own space, you know. Doesn't matter what that other person does. It doesn't matter if they ever apologize. We have to release it ourselves. And see, we have the Two of Wands. So I feel like this is a decision that needs to be made. You really, and it could be a tough decision because you might not even see it clearly, but it's time to move forward with that. All right. So now we are going to get what you need to be aware of. Something that you need to be aware of for August. Let's see what you need to be aware of for August. And I'm almost thinking that there's going to be a run-in or some kind of contact, or somebody's going to talk about this person or something, because we have that Six of Cups, which could be like somebody coming back from the past. I don't know if there's a Mercury retrograde, but there could be some energy with that. You know, especially like if you live in a small town, it's easy to run into people that we, you know. So let's go ahead and see. So we have one card fall out already, which is the Four of Cups. Four of Cups. Yeah, see that energy of like turning our back on something. It's like that denial. Feeling like a missed opportunity, whatever this is with that. Then we have the Eight of Cups, letting go of emotional disappointments, moving forward with that. And then the last thought pile here, this last line, we have the Devil. Yeah, okay. And then on the bottom, we have the Two of Coins. So juggling energy. So that's what I feel like, you know. No offense, Libra, but sometimes you have a mind like wishy-washy. You go back and forth, like that scale. So there's some kind of energy where you have to balance that out. You know, you got to keep going back, stop going back and forth in your head, all right? So this Four of Cups under the Seven of Cups, Six of Cups, and this willingness. There's a lot of emotion here, whether you acknowledge it or not. And the Four of Cups is holding ourselves back, feeling like that we missed an opportunity or we're turning our back on something. So I feel like you're turning your back on situations that you could be good with, new connections that you could be good with, because you're so confused about all these memories of this past energy. And I feel like it's either you're taking something personal from this person, what they did to you or said, or like I said, some of you are not taking responsibility for your part. And when we sit and blame and we throw stuff on other people, it can keep us in that state of confusion and not being able to raise our vibration or clear our energy to be able to move forward. With this ownership in the Three of Swords, which is the heartbreak, the Five of Swords, which is conflict, we have the Eight of Cups. So the universe and spirit guides are telling you to move away from this. You got to let it go. You got to clear this energy so you can let it go, whether it's cutting cords, healing, forgiving, whatever it is, however you need to do, because it's time to release this energy. It's only holding you back from connecting with other people or for your highest good. It's time to be compassionate, trust your intuition, forgive, all those things. We have the Prince of Swords. So this is seeing and setting our intentions for the truth, living the truth and moving forward with the truth. Because if we drag that untruth with us or deny that truth, we can't move forward. And we have this toxic energy here, which could be a Capricorn, but this is like a chain that's dragging behind us and we can't move forward as easily because it's always pulling us back. All right, so now we are going to get some advice and then we'll just get a few more cards. You know what, let's get a few more cards, then we'll get the advice at the end. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a few more cards just to see what wants to come out. What else wants to come out with this situation? You know, it is always hard to call ourselves out, but that's the only way we can go move forward. We can't learn the lesson and do better the next time if we just are in denial. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, you know, and it's not like beating ourselves up and you just were on, you just came up. Look, there you are. So, you know, it's not like saying things, but we're not perfect. We're all human and we're here to learn a lesson, right? We're here to learn. Yeah, see, there's your higher self. It's telling you, you know, subtle ways it's telling you that's, you need to let this go. You need to heal from this so you can move on to better connections that you're more deserving of, you know? Whether, like I said, you are taking on the blame, that guilt, feeling like maybe you should have done something different, whatever, even though you don't. You did perfectly and they were the one that screwed up. Or if you actually did do part of it, but you're putting all the blame on them. Maybe talking and gossiping to your friends, saying what a jerk they are, stuff like that, when it was partly your fault too. Page of Wands, again, starting a new beginning, setting new intentions. This is about our passion. It's really hard to ignite our passions when we're carrying that dead weight or extinguishing our own flame, right? See, it's time for this transformation and rebirth. And the only way we can have transformation and rebirth is to release the past energy. Okay? So, let's get one more. Three of Cups. Yeah, see, I feel like this is, it's reversed. So this Three of Cups is all about celebration, hanging with friends, things like that. So again, I feel like there's this kind of dark cloud on it because deep down you kind of know, but you know, with your friends, you might be having fun, but it's kind of hard, like I said, if you're dragging a ball and chain around with you. If you're dragging guilt around you, it's really hard. See, there's some kind of sneaking, victimhood, lying, something. And I'm not saying you're doing it deliberately at all. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus and say you did. It's just that your higher self knows, like, are you standing in your integrity here, Libra? Are you doing the right thing? Or, like I said, it goes two ways. It could be the other way. This person was a total jerk and you're taking on like, oh, wow, I should have done something different. I should have been kinder. I should have made their favorite food, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you're taking on because they did something wrong. Like, I messed up and it wasn't you at all. So some way or shape or form. So we're going to go one more round and then we're going to get the advice. That's a terrible feeling. I know I've been there. Even though you know the person's a jerk or did wrong and you're taking on the guilt of it because they make you feel like, especially like people that are narcissists or something like that, they have a subtle way of somehow shifting it to you being guilty, making you feel bad, even though they were the ones that messed up. Okay, so see, now we have that Knight of Wands. So this is taking action towards our passions. Five of Cups. Stop looking at the negativity. It's time to turn around and see the blessings. So even though something went wrong, there's a blessing in this. You know, the universe will, if something's not aligned or working for us, it triggers somebody to mess up. So you can't beat yourself up too much about this, and let go of that because it ended. It wasn't aligned. It wasn't supposed to be. And the Ten of Cups is finding your happiness again, finding your emotional happiness. There's a lot of emotion in here. That and swords, cups and swords, a lot of emotions and overthinking. So balance those two energies out here. See, there's that balance. There's the scale. These two energies with our mind and our heart have to be balanced out because it's just kind of all over the place. And the two, if they're not connecting together, it's going to create chaos within you, all right, and within your spirit. Okay, so now we are going to get, your, did I have one more? Did I do this deck? Wait a minute. Yes, I did. Okay. So now we are going to get the advice from your spirit guides and the universe. Okay. So let's get some advice from the spirit guides and universe for you for this situation, how to move forward towards your higher self, how to have a fantastic August, and see what happens. You know, because I feel like there's somebody on the sidelines here, somebody you're supposed to meet, like your soulmate, your connection, a partner, but it's kind of being kept to the side because this hasn't wrapped up yet. And it's not saying that you need to run into this person or anything, but this chapter has to close because it's like the universe and your spirit guides don't want you to mess up this good connection coming in. And when we drag the past and bleed all over it, we're going to mess up another relationship. So here we go. All right. Stop worrying about this. It's time to, all you got to do is just let it, like, heal it. Stop overthinking it. Let it be what it is and move forward. Okay? So if you made this mistake, you know better next time. If they did, it's time to forgive. Seven of Wands. Set up healthy boundaries, but this is perseverance. Protecting what's yours. So, your energy, don't let people like that come back in. Set those boundaries. You know, you're worth gold. Don't let people treat you like tin. Okay? It's not a competition, you know? No need to compete. If somebody wants to be good with you one minute and then run off with the next person next and like say it's your fault because you didn't treat them good, no. It's not a competition. And don't compete with yourself. You're good enough. You're strong enough. You're wise enough and all that. That's what the universe and spirit are saying. And they move this person out of your way through a tower moment because you deserve something better. It wasn't aligned. Knight of Swords. Swift action. Do this quickly because I feel like somebody's trying to come in quick. And you don't want to miss that opportunity. This is your abundant on your own. So the universe and your spirit guides know that you don't need anybody to make you complete. You can do this all on your own. But it's always nice to have a partner. So take the action on this because there is somebody coming in and there. Self-care. Trust your intuition, and it's going to guide you to this person. But they're waiting for you to finish up and close this chapter. No more guilt, no more remorse. If you did something wrong, admit it. Realize you made a mistake. You know better next time, and move forward. So that is your message, Libra. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a blessed August. Take care.